You know, when bad weather comes in, it's a great time to get your preps together, especially if power outages are forecasted, which that's what we have coming. So getting a lot of your essentials together ahead of time. One of the first things you need to do, though, is to get to the store at least as soon as you know something, because really right now I know a number of people in our neighborhood have gone to the store and they're just wiped out, anything that pertains to the cold weather. So having some preps ahead of time is not only just having things ahead in case of an SHTF, but you're well prepared for, a natural disaster, for storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, anything, and you'll be better off. And the stores that you have made and set up aside can be used during that time. I mean, to be honest with you, beside a little bit of food that we went and picked up, we had everything already prepared. But a lot of you guys that are living up north that have experienced these kind of conditions every year, they're just reoccurring. Most of you guys are pretty much used to it. You're getting yourself prepared ahead of time. Us guys in the south that really don't have this kind of weather often or haven't had it over the past few years really can let our guard down. And so it's really important to get out and practice those things to be ready. Having a good wood stove or an alternate heat source. Of course, having your wood stacked up and ready to go. Making sure you have your wood covered and dried. Getting your generator out, making sure that it's functioning properly is really important as well. Having extra gas set aside for generators. Having full propane tanks. And of course, here's the big propane. Here we have our Coleman stoves, we have fuel, we have our butane with fuel, and different things. And this is just put back in case some reason why we need to be able to cook and we just don't have a way to do it. Of course, having your pantry full and extra food, and of course we have long-term food storage. But just food you need every day. And having those things. This is not even our pantry. This is just what we have out in the garage. So, keeping a very full pantry at all times, it's just one less thing you have to worry about. Of course, having water on hand, bottled water, even in these big bottles. More water, and then here we have a ton of water here as well. So we have rainwater catchment, but this can freeze out here in the cold. So we have the big Berkey to filter water. Making sure you have plenty of candles and more candles. Knowing where your flashlights are, making sure your batteries are charged. Also weapons mounted lights, have them ready. Make sure you have plenty of batteries, and rechargeable batteries, you need to make sure that they're charged up. Of course, that includes phones and computers and everything else you have as well. Having your gas tanks filled up on your vehicles is really important. We filled ours up a day before knowing that this was coming. So that way we don't have to worry about it. Also the winter gear travel kit that we talked about in an earlier video. Having that ready, stocked, ready to go, and by all means throw this in your vehicle if you have to go anywhere. Always having antifreeze for your vehicles in case the temperature really drops. Having multiple ways to start fires. We've just been talking about fire kits and other unusual ways to make fire, and having those ready to go in advance. We rely heavily on cell phones, but cell towers can go down. There can be emergencies, an overburden of the system. Always great to be able to get your news with an emergency radio or just a standard little transistor. Your two-way radios and even ham if you need it. But just make sure you have batteries or that they're recharged. It's also a great time to organize your supplies, whether it's gloves, flashlights, medical kits, even water filtration systems. Just a lot of different things you can do. Of course, there's a lot of other things you can do, but the main thing is during these times is to get your preps ready. This list is not all inclusive. There's a lot of things that I didn't cover that we have that I just didn't get around to. But the big thing is think it through, think your situation, and plan ahead. Now these storms are just a great time to go ahead and take care of a lot of things that you've been putting off. And there's small things, extra fuel, extra gasoline, a lot of different areas that if you're not careful you just kind of get slack on. We can get lazy. And this also gives you a chance to help others, which is really important. If you're not careful, especially in the prepping world, we get very self-centered. We're going to take care of us and our own, and if you don't prepare, you're just out. But really, when it comes down to it, you need to help others. That is a very important thing. That's an important principle in a lot of areas. And for us, we're going to help those, even though they didn't prepare. Because preparing and helping others, that's what it's all about. If only I live because I've put up food, and there are people that are starving to death around me, that's a pretty sad case. So let this be an inspiration to you to get out there, get your preps ready, put them aside. Maybe this storm will pass and no problems, but if it does, you'll be ready to go. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Hey dude, what's up? This guy's got it going on. All right, we got Frosty the Snowman and my little buddy. Get all your preps done, you can play in the snow.